was on Saturday the 4th of March 1972, a very busy Saturday afternoon. The Abercorn was particularly popular with women at the weekends when they were in the town shopping and then going to meet friends, just to socialise, etc. The day in question, there was actually a queue outside because the Abercorn was filled to capacity. And what happened was that a bomb warning, a telephone bomb warning, was received around 4:30, and it simply said there was a bomb in Castle Lane. That's a street we've just walked the entire length of. Didn't specify which site it was at. There were two police jeeps stationed on down the street outside where British Home Stores stands, and the British Home Stores was there then. It said that a police officer heard about the bomb warning and the uncertainty associated with it. Actually got out of his vehicle, shouted down to his colleagues if he heard anything about a bomb in the street. And as his colleague replied no, 60 seconds after the phone call had been received, the Abercorn exploded. It was full to capacity inside. An eyewitness said that he was in a queue outside, said that she had seen two young women, she estimated to be between 16 and 17 years old, forcing their way up the queue, going inside, having a very quick coffee and leaving again. The same woman observed their friend, that young girl's left her bag under the table, but I'm sure she'll be back to get it. That bag contained a £5 gelignite bomb, which was packed with shrapnel. The IRA didn't claim responsibility for this bomb for a number of reasons, but they did admit to it in secret negotiations and discussions later on with the British government. The economic war, as Mark said earlier, wasn't meant to take human life, so why was a bomb of this nature placed in a site on a busy Saturday afternoon packed with shoppers and mainly women? It was an embarrassment. Somebody made a mistake, essentially. Nobody was ever brought to trial. The two young women were never identified, so it remains an unsolved crime. The immediate impact of the explosion was about 147 people injured. Two young women were killed, a woman called Anne Frances Owens and a woman called Janet Breen, who were both aged 21 and 20 respectively, both from the Catholic community. The IRA saw itself as defending the Catholic community, so this would have been a source of embarrassment yet again. The Royal Victoria Hospital in West Belfast had developed an accident and emergency plan to deal with events such as this, and this was the first evening in which it was implemented in full, with the operating theatre sparing continuous cycles of usage throughout the night. I mentioned Janet Breen, the 20-year-old woman who died. Her father was working as an anaesthetist in the Royal Victoria Hospital that night, preparing people for surgery coming from the site of this explosion. And he only found out when he finished his shift that his daughter had actually been one of the two people killed on the site. I mentioned working with the victims group called WAVE. There are two sisters, Rosalind and Jennifer McNairn, who are very high profile in WAVE, and they've sort of kept the memory of the Abercorn alive. One of the things that they've done in the radio interviews and written articles, etc. And we have a radio interview in which one of them talks about how they were actually in town shopping in preparation for Rosalind getting married, Rosalind getting married in 3 months' time. They went to the Abercorn for a coffee. Jennifer talks about waking up a week later in hospital. She had no recollection of the explosion, and the nurse explained to her what had actually happened. She discovered that she had lost the lower part of both her legs, and her sister had actually lost both her legs, part of her arm, and was blinded as well. At the end of the interview, she tells a very sort of poignant story about how when their mother died of natural causes, and his neighbours were helping them prepare for the funeral, etc. One of their neighbours told in preparation for them coming back out of hospital after 3 months, their mother had to do simple things like go around the house and get all their pairs of shoes and simply discard them because they weren't going to be wearing them again.